And while India has called out Pakistan's actions at the UNSC, calling them grossly hypocritical and drawing global attention to Pakistan's attacks on civilians, not only during the recent confrontation, but repeatedly over the past decades. Here's that report. India has hit out at Pakistan at the United Nations Security Council, saying a nation that makes no distinction between terrorists and civilians has no credentials to speak about protecting civilians. At the UNSC open debate on protection of civilians in armed conflict, the Indian envoy highlighted that the Pakistani army deliberately shelled Indian border villages earlier this month. Not only did they kill civilians, but also intentionally targeted places of worship. The envoy also responded to Pakistan's baseless allegations and pointed out that India has experienced decades of Pakistan-sponsored terror attacks.
It's a paramount responsibility of the national governments to create a conducive environment where civilians are safe and secure. While we acknowledge the national responsibility, we should not ignore the adverse impacts of all forms of terrorism, including those emanating from across borders in today's debate on protection of civilians.
India is calling out Pakistan's action at the global forum and continuing to strengthen diplomatic engagement. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has put out India's position in Germany, asserting that India has zero tolerance for terrorism and will never give in to nuclear blackmail.
India has zero tolerance for terrorism. India will never give in to nuclear blackmail. And India will deal with Pakistan purely bilaterally. There should be no confusion in any quarter in that regard.
Jaishankar is on a visit to Europe and has used the trip to send a clear message to Pakistan that when it comes to terrorism, much of the world is on the same front as India, and that front is of condemnation. Bureau Report, India Today.